150 days, 150 Psalms, one verse from each Psalm daily. Welcome to the place where you learn the Bible. I hope you're all doing good. And even from yesterday, we started meditating on Psalm 119. Psalm 119. So I gave a brief introduction of Psalm 119, of how it is divided into 22 paras, which each paras consisting of 8 verses. So please, if possible, if you have not listened to the previous meditation, please do it so that you will get the introduction of Psalm 119. And even today we'll continue meditating Psalm 119. As I told yesterday, I chose one verse from the first 6 paras, that is from the first 6 paras. I chose one verse, that was verse 37, and today from the next 5 paras, that is from para number from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I have chosen one verse, and that is verse number 67. Psalm 119 and verse 67. It says like this: before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. These words are repeated again in verse 71. It says, it is good for me that I was afflicted, that I may learn your statutes. Look at verse 75. Again, it talks about being afflicted. I know, O Lord, that your judgment are righteous, and in faithfulness you have afflicted me. The NLT version, in the place of affliction, it uses the word, the discipline of God. God disciplines us. Let me read to you a few verses from various books talking about the disciplining nature of God. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 6. It says like this: for those whom the Lord loves, he disciplines. For those whom the Lord loves, he disciplines. And he scourges, he punishes every son whom he receives. Our God is not just a loving God, but he is also a God who disciplines. Look at the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 5. Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 5. Thus you ought to know that in your heart, that the Lord your God was disciplining you, just like a man disciplining his son. Look at Psalms chapter 94. Psalms 94 and verse 12. Here what does the psalmist say? It says like this: blessed is the man whom you chasten, O Lord. Blessed is the man whom you discipline, O Lord, and whom you instruct your word, instruct your word. Blessed is the man who is disciplined by God. When we go astray, it is better for us to be disciplined and brought back than for us to be lost forever. Let me repeat these words to you. When we go astray, it is better for us to be disciplined and brought back than for us to be lost forever. Many of us hate discipline. We hate to be disciplined. We want us to be led in our own ways. We say this is usually a teenage problem. No, my dear brother. Even today, as elders, even people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, no one likes to be disciplined. No one likes a good sound. No one wants to be scolded. But that is the way God works. If you want to be a God's child, let me tell you, you will be disciplined. If you hate disciplining, better leave away the title, I am a child of God. Leave that title and walk off. That is better. There will be no disciplining part. It's you in your own ways. My life, my rules. But if you want to be a child of God, you will be disciplined. Look at Revelation chapter 3 and verse 19. Those I love, I rebuke, I discipline. Therefore repent. Those I love, I will rebuke, I will discipline. Therefore repent. Our God is a God who disciplines. He is not a joker. He is a God who disciplines. Let us finish today's meditation by reading Lamentations chapter 3. Let us read a few verses from there. Look at verse 33. Lamentations 3:33. The NLT says, for he does not enjoy hurting people or causing them sorrow. Look at verse 31. The Lord will not reject forever. Look at verse 32. Though he brings grief, he also shows compassion because of the greatness of his unfailing love. He does not reject forever. That's what verse 31 says. Verse 33 says, even if he brings grief, he will also show his unfailing love. And then verse 33 says, he does not willingly afflict people. He does not enjoy punishing people. He does not enjoy disciplining people. But that is the nature of how a relationship works. As much as love is the ingredient of a relationship, even disciplining is also an ingredient of a relationship. And today, I want to tell you this very same words. Before I was afflicted, I went astray. But after I was disciplined, now I have kept your word. Dearly beloved, allow God to discipline you so that you will become a better individual tomorrow. Before I was disciplined, I went astray, but now I keep your word. Allow God to discipline you. And when God is trying to discipline us, let us humble ourselves in the hand of God. Let Him teach us. What is wrong? What wrong is there if God is going to discipline us? What are we going to lose? We're not going to lose anything. We're only going to gain. Stay blessed in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.